What's up everyone, this is Romero, and today I am going to show you exactly how you can endure the process that you must walk into, that you must embark on in order to accomplish your goals or in order to reach your lifelong dreams or visions. Make sure you stick around. I have a bonus tip for you. I'm going to share with you 3 things that you can do right away in order to endure the process ahead of you. But if you stick around till the end of the video, I have a 4th thing, which is a bonus reason that I want you to write down, because this bonus tip is going to really help take you to the next level in enduring the process. Now, last video we spoke about decision making. We all have to come to the decision to move forward or accelerate in our lives. That decision is important. There will be no movement without first coming to that decision. How you arrive at that decision is important, but it's going to be specific to you. Something will drive you to the point where you are ready, where you are willing, and where you decide in a moment's time that you're going to do whatever it takes to move forward into an area of your life where you want to accelerate. Now, once you've made that decision, the next part is enduring the process, and this is critical. You're going to have a certain amount of grit. You're going to have a certain amount of endurance, physical, emotional, mental ability to endure the process, because it will get tough at times and it will become difficult. You'll feel like giving up. It will be intense and it will be heavy on your mind, body, and spirit. On top of that, you may face rejection. You may face all sorts of resistance from avenues that you may be seeking in order for you to accomplish the goal. So you're going to have to muster up a lot of courage and a lot of strength, a lot of inner endurance in order for you to endure that process. And without that endurance, without that grit, you'll never make it. Many people will give up. I don't want you to be one of those people. So today I'm going to take you back in time again to a vlog, a video that I posted while I was in Nevis. So this is another President's Club video. We went on a mountain climbing expedition. Now this mountain is 3,300 feet up in the air. It's no Mount Everest. However, for us, it was huge, and here's why. We decided on one of our days that we wanted to go on what was advertised to us as a hike up Nevis Peak. Beautiful photos. From what we saw and what we gathered from the marketing material, it seemed like it was going to be pretty simple. Well, I got to tell you, when we arrived there at the base of that mountain, I remember I thought we had reached really the end of our hike. I thought to myself, wow, well, this wasn't much of a hike. We've only been walking for about a mile. And the reason I thought the hike was over was because I looked at this astronomical wall that went up in the air like this, and there were vines and ropes hanging off the edge. So I thought to myself, surely we're not going up that mountain, not under these conditions. It was full of mud. None of us were prepared for this. And I remember our tour guide said, hey guys, well, let's go up. This is where we're going. I really thought he was joking. I could not believe that we were actually getting ready to climb up this mountain. Completely off the radar. We did not expect it. However, we were there. We made the decision to do this. So we had to endure for the next couple of hours. We had to endure the process of climbing up that mountain under conditions that we weren't prepared for. I mean, we were filled with mud. There was rock, there was muck, there were vines, there were bugs, there were leaves. I mean, it was wet. We just really weren't prepared for it. But what we took away from that experience taught us that in order for us to accomplish the goals that we've set out to accomplish, in order for us to really accelerate in whatever decision we've made, we have to endure the process. Stick around to the end of this video after you watch this clip from Nevis, and I'm going to definitely show you and demonstrate how enduring the process, what it takes to endure it, but not only that, the reward once you've endured it. So stick around for that in just a moment. Mountain, I say our elevation, 2,500 feet, I think, but the entire climb has been steep. Steep. I mean, barely any. I mean, it's steep. I mean, let me give you an idea of how steep it is here. So for all, this is Nevis Peak hike. for all you outdoor enthusiasts out there, you would love this. I'm thinking about you, Greg. You would love this big time. Welcome back. I want to ask you a question. When else can you stand in a cloud unless you get to the top of the mountain? Let me ask you that again. When else in your life can you stand in a cloud, be enveloped by a cloud, unless you get to the top of the mountain? Your mountaintop is whatever goal, dream, or accomplishment you wish to achieve, you wish to attain, or you wish to arrive at. Each of us have dreams. Each of us have goals. The question is, are we willing to do whatever it's going to take for us to get there? You are the only individual who can make that decision. You are the only individual who knows what it is you want and how much or what you're willing to do, how much sacrifice you're willing to make to get there. So one, prepare mentally. Number one, prepare mentally in advance to know that it will be difficult. I want you to write that down. It will be tough. It won't be easy. Knowing that going into this, you know that it's not going to be easy and that you have prepared yourself mentally for what lies ahead. Now, that's not to say that you won't have easy days. That's not to say that you won't catch a few breaks here and there. That's also part of the process. There's an old quote that says, the harder you work, the luckier you get. And really, when you think about it, that's not exactly true, but it is. What does that mean? That means that the more you're out there hustling, the more you're out there working hard towards whatever it is you need to accomplish in order to get to arrive at that stage in life that you want to be. While you're hustling, while you're working, you're opening doors. And those doors are open to the ones who are out there knocking, to the ones who are out there busting them open. That's not luck. That's called reward. So you will catch breaks. But there's going to be days where you go out there and you bust your hump and you, quite frankly, give it everything you've got and you don't see anything in return. But that's okay. Expect that. Expect that. Because in reality, even though you don't see the harvest today, you've planted the seeds that will blossom in the future. Number two, you will feel like giving up. Now remember that. Remember that. Prepare yourself in advance for that. There's going to come a time where you're going to tell yourself, you know what? I might have chosen the wrong thing. I might have made the wrong decision here. This is why it's important before you decide that this is what you want to do, that you arrive at that decision, and as I mentioned in my last video, that you arrive at that decision carefully. You do not want to just arrive at the decision to do something huge in life hastily. You really don't. Part of committing to that is reminding yourself that you are going to feel like giving up. But in those moments, you've got to tell yourself, you've got to look at yourself in the mirror, and you've got to say, don't you dare pull out of this. I'm going to see this through. Win, lose, or draw, I'm going to see this through. And the last point, number three, in order for you to endure the process, visualize the reward. That's going to be huge. Because once you visualize the reward, there's nothing that's going to stop you. Once you see yourself arriving at that place where you want to be, the reward is so great and so awesome that you're going to chase that. I want you to wake up every morning and visualize that reward. I want you to tell yourself every morning that you've arrived. I want you to repeat to yourself every day on your drives into work in the morning when you look in the mirror, you are a winner. I want you to affirm yourself daily, and while you affirm yourself daily, I want you to visualize the reward as you're speaking your affirmations. That is going to be key. That will be huge to enduring the process. Because when you speak affirmations to yourself and you visualize the reward, you are what you're doing is you're speaking to a part of your being that really does all the work in the background. That's called your subconscious. I want you to sit and literally visualize, as you either close your eyes or have them open while you're driving, visualize the reward and speak affirmations to yourself. Download affirmations, play it on your phone, listen to it through your car speakers, and get it done. A bonus tip just for you is I want you to remember your why. Your why for why you are doing what you're doing, okay? The why is what's going to keep you going in the moments where you feel like giving up. The why is the big vision. I'm doing this because. I'm doing this for. Here's the driving force behind what I'm doing. And that, my friends, will help you endure the process. When we arrived at the top of that mountain, I remember we could breathe the fresh air that can only be breathed in when you reach the top. We stood enveloped in a cloud. I'd never stood in a cloud. My peers and I were just giving each other high fives. We were dirty from head to toe, filled with dirt and mud. Our shoes were destroyed. Our clothes were wasted. But we arrived at a place where we had never been before, and we could not have been prouder than to be there. And really, it was tear-worthy. The views were breathtaking. And there's something special about getting to the top. Getting to the top really isn't always what you experience while you're there. It's really what the journey makes of you. Because once you've climbed one mountain in life, you realize there's no mountain that you won't ever conquer again. Now you're just looking for the next mountain to climb. And there's nothing better than a life where you go up every year. You keep moving in this direction. So my friends, if you want to do that, I encourage you to endure the process. Don't give up. Don't give in. And more importantly, don't give up on yourself.